Welcome. Today we are going to be welcome to my channel, Spirits House here. Today we are going to be talking about what's going to happen between this new variant that's going on, Omicron. Um, Basically, it's been a couple places around the world so far, California, um, and many others to come. When I try to describe something to my viewers, there's always a good chance to know. Okay, when I see things differently in our world, it's like we have good things, we have bad things. Okay, there is a amount of time where we acknowledge of what's going to happen, but you know what? It's between a level. Okay, when I say a level, I'm saying like level 1 to level 10. You get to those things, all right? You're trying to have a place to understand what's going to happen around the world, and I know that this is my prediction, and it's that's why I'm having these gut feelings. Gut feelings are basically it's good to knowing of what's going to happen, and as you can see, it is. And I know that's why it seems to be okay, you know. And I know that when I believe in something, I naturally do, okay. And I know that I'm trying to not go slow here, but I am a bit, okay. That's why that this is like between a good way of knowing and what's going to happen to come. Okay, because we are doing this as a good way of knowing, and that's why we have to accept it of who we are. Okay, we need to understand what's going to happen. We need to figure things out. We need to believe and honor those, and that's why it has to be a good way of shit shaping and knowing and all that stuff, and that's what you have to do. You have to you have to understand of saying, okay, well, I got this, but your brain is saying, really, I don't get this. And you have to understand that you have to take it as what's going to happen. You have to acknowledge of saying, okay, well, I got this. Okay, I understand this. Okay, I can do whatever I need to do. And that's what you have to do. You have to embrace it and think, okay, well, we don't know what Omicron is. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know about these experiences, and that's what we have to do. We have to experience it. We have to believe in it. We have to take a chance. In order to take a chance, we have to believe in that, right? Um, it's like me wearing this. Yes, I keep myself warm. Yes, I keep myself healthy and steady. Then I actually do, right? Now, here's the thing: between we get this bottom line of what's going to happen. Basically, we are trying to believe in ourselves that we can do this through the pandemic. I know the pandemic is driving everyone crazy and think, what should we do, or what can we can't do, or what can we do this, or why do we have to doing the 2 meters, and why do we have to keep on doing these travel restrictions where we have to come back to a destination and wait for 14 days and blah blah blah. You have to take that as a risk. You have to take it, and you have to believe in it. You have to understand that, okay, I got this. But what you're going to do, you're trying to imply of saying, okay, this is how we're going to do. And That's why we have to see this. It's basically like a knowledge understanding that's saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to acknowledge. You have to do that. You have to acknowledge it, and that's why you have to see it in a different way. You have to think and saying, okay, I got this. Okay, I can do this. You have to stop it. You have to believe in yourself. You have to not like stop and think saying, oh, I don't want to because of this, or I got something that I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to believe in your own self that okay, I got this. But the brain is saying, do we have to get this? Do we have to acknowledge this? Do we have to think really? Like we have to know? So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'm going to try to get. When I see the news on television, the news is repeating itself. The news keeps repeating, repeating, repeating. And it just keeps on repeating. Now, here's the thing what I'm going to get. I usually predict things before the news even says it because they're too slow. But you know what? This is how it's going to be. This is how I'm going to acknowledge this. Okay? Now, when I get to this way, um, when I'm doing this reading, you can say hi to me on the live chat. You can ask me a question about this certain topic and everything else. So you decide right now and then let's get on to it. Okay. So we are going to read what's going to happen here, and then I'll read you the good stuff. Um, so here we go. Today we are going to do this. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I know that you would say, why we have these four right now? Well, we have these four. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to read from the topic all the way down. Okay. Then we're going to do the next page that you will see in a moment, and then we're going to do this. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Okay, here it is. Uh, we have release. Then we have the focus. We have do your chores as the beaver, and we have bear as stand up for yourself. Okay, so here's the thing that I almost got this mixed up again. There we go. All right, so here's the thing that I'm going to read you this, and then basically in the next little while, you're going to hear me about me doing the Bible and all that other stuff. So here we go. So we're going to do the numerologies at the last one, but this is how it's going to be. It says, what is Omicron going to do? Use the force. So basically we are focusing it. We have to use the force. Okay, that's like what Star Wars is. Use the force, be with you, right? But you're not. But we have to use our force to understand about being positive as much as we can. Now, number 2, it says something else will take its place. So basically what is Omicron going to do is like use the force. So basically it's going to use its power to make lots of people not well. And then basically something else will take its place. So basically it means there might be a new mutation, it might be a new next virus, whatever it is. And I know that there's so many viruses out there. I know that there's a way of like saying, "Oh my goodness, why you're saying this, spirit to the house? Why you got us?" Well, that's why I'm predicting this, and I'm going to say this. When you're predicting something, you know what's going to happen. Okay, that's how it's going to be. Predicting is like you are basically 10 times faster than the news. 10 times fast, like a cheetah. You know how you see a cheetah, the animal cheetah, and it runs so fast? Well, that's what I am trying to do. I am 10 times faster than the news. I'm trying to predict of what's going to happen. And predictions are between like good, bad, or on point. Okay? Now, here's the thing before I get to more of this stuff. This is how it's going to be. Okay? This is how this is going to formulate. Okay? It's a good word to say. But that's just how it's going to be. Now, the next question is um, how many countries are going to be affected with Omicron? That's a good question. Number three, it says, do your chores, help others. So basically, you're helping others. So every country has to help others out. Um, First off, wearing masks. Second off, doing vaccines. Um, and just stay positive as much as you can. Be healthy as you much. Stay healthy as you can. Um, that's why that this is so practical because you don't know how many countries are going to be affected, um, and that's why that this is kind of like I'm not going to say worst off, but it is okay. I'm trying to predict this as much as I can, and this is how it's going to be. The other one that you will see later on, you will see the other cards that you might say, "Oh my God, yeah." So that's how it's going to be. I'm trying to. So helping others means that every country has to help itself. Everyone has to help as much as they can, so they can move this new whatever to be dismantled, dis distinguished, you name it, gone. But right now it's passing through all from state to state or country to country to whatever, and that's why this is kind of scaring a lot of people, and I know it is, but this is how it's going to be. So, and then my prediction is between 20 or more countries, and it could be more. Yes, there could be there. Yes, there could be more than that. Like there could be like right now there's 195 countries in the world. Well, if you have between 20 or more, then it will be more than that. So you have to embrace of what's going to happen. Okay, if we if all of us around the world use the Force, be with you, like what Star Wars is, we have to use the Force. We're using the Force by God. God is the creator of all of us. God created the whole in the world. But the one who's making all this chaos, we know his name. We understand. And he's real. But the thing is that we have to understand that, I know it's saddening for a lot of people. I know it's saddening that, like when you look at the floods and disasters and chaos and sickness and all that stuff, you have to stop and think, okay, and think, you know what can happen? What Spirit Alex is saying. Well, I'm using the Force. I'm helping all my viewers out. I know it seems to be like, how can you help viewers out? I'm helping you. I'm guiding you in my own way. Okay, and that's why That's why when everyone's a child of God in some way, you are unique. Everyone's unique. Everyone's different. It's like this new variant. It's new. Everyone doesn't know about it yet. But you know what? If it comes from a common cold that I recognize that on a article on the internet, it means that there's a common cold. There's a flu. Everyone just wants to get the flu. Everyone has to be safe. Everyone has to drink healthy. Everyone has to eat. Everyone has to do everything. That's what you have to do. And I know that this seems to be like, I'm not going to say it's weird or anything like that. I'm trying to help you as much as I can. Now, the second thing for number 4 is that we have stand up for yourself. It says um, stand up for yourself for here, and it says make a plan. So make a plan. So every country has to make a plan. Everyone has to formulate the whole entire formula of knowing of what's going to happen. Now, predictions are good. Okay, you have to predict something in order to know exactly, like, boom, like, wow, that's what you have to do. Okay, now there is more information here. There's more stagnation. That's what lots of, yeah. You have to understand that. Okay. Now here's the thing. When you have helping others, that I said, helping others between 20 or more countries, and then make a plan. Everyone else has to make a plan. Now, my estimation here that is on a piece of paper here. The estimation is on 4 months, would be from January, February, March, April 2022, from December 21st to March 20th of spring, along with April 1st of 2022. Now, when I said about that estimation, if you were asking me a question on the live chat, and you said why you say 4 months? Well, you have January, you have February, March, and April. Well, basically from December right now to March, we have until March 21st is the first day of spring. Okay, that's that's what it says. From December 21st is the first day of winter. Right now, like, wherever you are, um, I'm just predicting this, that the Omicron thing, that this new variant is, it's gonna capture a lot of people. It's gonna capture a lot of countries. It's gonna capture travel restrictions, you name it. This is how it's gonna be. Basically, my prediction is that the world will be in fifth wave because the Omicron will pick up speed, such as everyone will be vaccinated to protect themselves, because all restrictions will once were as the pandemic began, which means we could be back into phase 1. We don't want to be in phase 1. We don't, because remember, it's going to be restrictions could be closed, well, could be on, and then everyone could be back in their on their homes, whatever, and then stay as long, and then they can't see friends, whatever. And I know that this can be out of hand. Okay, not the hand I'm using. No, no, no. Okay, ha ha ha, laugh. But the thing is like, you have to understand that this is how it's gonna be, because basically about my baseball field that we have more cards to this thing. We have these, okay, and this is how it's gonna be between this. Now you're saying, why are you using those? Why you're This is how it's gonna be. The baseball field, right? I'm always talking about the baseball field. The baseball field, we have home, base, first base, second base, and third base. Okay, you see it on TV, now you're seeing it on paper. This is how it's going to be. We have the focus, we have release, we have do your chores, and we have basically number 3, we have your stand up for yourself. We have all these things. Okay, now here's the thing. So we have this is opposite, this is opposite, this is opposite, and opposite. And this is how it's going to be in this here. This is how it's going to be. This is how I'm going to read you this. Now we have focus that we have, and we have this. Okay, I'm going to remove these two, and we will see those later. This is going to be the opposite. So we have this and this, and we have that. Okay, so we have the opposite is the Eight of Swords is reversed. That's what it is. We have the Magician is, I think that's Magician is reversed also. So that's number, hang on. Yeah, so hang on, I'm trying to not get lost. No, I'm not getting lost. So we have that is there. So we have this. Okay, hang on. So we have this, and we have this, and we have. Okay, hang on. Okay, so we have the Lovers that is up right here. So we have this is already. This is here. Now we can come to the picture. Then we have this is from here. And then we have, yeah, so let's put that there. Put that there. Put that there. I'm trying to not spook myself, sorry. Spook myself, right? Then we have, now this is kind of awkward because I have to move some of my stuff back again. Then we have this, and then we have this. Okay, so we have this is basically, this is actually, and it would be, yeah, so basically it means that, okay, this is opposite of this. Okay, so we have this, that's there. This is here. And we have this is here. And this is here. Okay, so we have this. And why you're saying, why are you using this? Why are you using that? This is how I'm going to be this. Okay, I'm focusing. And this is how a focus is. So focus? Focus is the opposite of the Eight of Swords reversed. Okay, Eight of Swords is reversed. So we have this way. Eight of Swords is reversed. And the Eight of Swords reversed is basically, it says Scorpio, but it says, no, wait. Scratch it, hold it. Okay. Hang on. Trying to not get confused, but I think I am. Whoops. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups is, okay, so we have focus, that we have. So we have focus. Focus means use the force, right? That's what it used. Now the Five of Cups reversed is basically, it means that it says news. Okay, so we have news, right? You know how I said about news? Well, this is the news. Okay, you watch the news, you watch everything, the news, right? Now here's the thing. This is now number 1 is release. Release is the Lovers. The Lovers is upright. The Lovers means that it is the Gemini, and it's a release. Opposite is attraction. So we have attraction. Okay, this new variant is attraction, and it's attracting a lot of people. It's attracting a lot of everything. Okay, so we have that. So we have the news, we have attraction. Now, number two, second base, is do your chores. Is basically it means that, and it says helping others. Remember how I said that? Okay, helping others between 20 or more countries. That's what it would be. But we have the opposite of basically the magician is reversed. And that means that we have trickery. We have trickery. And you know how trickery is, right? You trick. You trick, not treat, not anything. Trick. So you're tricking. Trickery. And and trickery, it can get confusing. Confusing gets, you name it. All the emotions that I don't want to say. So you have this. Now not only that, you have number three. You have stand up for yourself. And we have the reverse eight of swords that we have. And we have basically it means event. Now event is that there's something, event is like there's something new. This whole entire thing that I'm trying to describe between 2, 4, 6, 8 cards with one upright and 1, 2, 3 reversed. This means that in this situation we have air, water, right? Two airs, and one water. And then we have Gemini and Scorpio, two Geminis, and one Scorpio. We do the numerology, so 10 plus 4 is 14. The angel of time. So basically what it means that when I just described this, angel of time. Angel of time is like we have a lot of time on our hands. We have to get this down pat. We have to understand that okay, we only have a amount of time, and let's get this started. Which means every country has to help itself. Every country has to understand. That's why that this seems to be, impossible, but it's not. You have like nothing is impossible to make it possible. Okay? You have to understand that. Okay? Because when I say this as a reading that I was telling you about, it seems that we're doing okay. Okay, we have good and bad coming. But you know what? We are focusing on the good. Okay? The whole world needs to focus on the good. Yes, that there's a lot of chaos around. Yes, that there's lots of other things going around. But you know what? We have to improve ourselves that we can do this. Yes, that everyone seems to be that, oh my goodness, why we have to do this? Why we have to get vaccinated? Why we have to, well, you have to get vaccinated. You have to do that. And if you don't, you're going to have consequences. And, you know, I hate to say this, but people can get very sick because they don't want to take a vaccine or anything. It's your choice. But the thing is, what I'm trying to get at to all of you, my viewers, you have to understand something. And it's better than nothing. Because my reading that I'm trying to describe to you, you have to focus, use the force. You have release, which means the opposite is attraction, right? So we have something that's attracted. And I said that attraction can go from one person to another person to another person. This new virus is going from one person to another person to another person to another person. I think, in my prediction, that a lot of people are gathering as from one person, maybe about 30 or more. Now imagine one person in the middle and a lot of and 50 people in one group. That's what this virus could be doing. And I know that this can be very scary for a lot of people and thinking, why you're talking about this? Well, because in my own estimation that I'm describing you from January to April 1st, we have a lot of time on our hands. We have a lot of time to know that, okay, we got this. Okay, we can do this. Okay, we can acknowledge this. You have to acknowledge this. It doesn't mean a right or wrong situation, but if we don't do this on time, we could be in a lot of trouble. Okay, a fifth wave is probably maybe huge. It's probably huge, and we don't know how huger it's gonna get. But we have to understand that, okay, okay, we understand what you're saying, spiritual house. That's why I'm showing you this, because it all makes sense. It has to make sense. It has to, like, we can do this as a team. We have to have miracles to happen to turn things around, even if we can't. But, like I say, we have to embrace the opportunity of what I'm trying to say. Yes, it seems to be like not reckless, but we have to acknowledge, we have to negotiate, we have to don't put stuff in the back burner, such as procrastinating. We don't want to do that. I'm making sure that my viewers understanding this once and for all, because we have to understand that we can do this, and we have to. And I know that there's only one thing that we have to learn first. I'm going to read you a Bible, okay? And usually what I'm going to read you it. Now, at the back of this page, this is the Bible index word of illness, I said. Proverbs 17:22 that I'm going to read. And in chapter 17, better is a dry morsel with quiet. So I'm going to, I don't know why I said we, but um, I'm going to read the Bible chapter, and I'm going to read you it. Yes, it seems to be why you're reading this. Well, because it has to make a lot of sense. And I know that I like to read. This is how I'm going to read this. I know it's been a while since I made this video, but and going live as well. But you know what? The times are changing, okay? And basically, it has to do this. So, the further ado, before I put almost my stuff away, you have to understand my words. You have to understand what I'm going to say to you. You have to embrace of this is what's going to happen. And this is how you're going to see it in a different way. Okay? Just think. Just think. Because this is how I'm going to describe it to you. I already did it for you, what the prediction is and what everything else. But this here, between what the oracle cards were and the other cards were and everything else, this is how it's going to be. Because I'm very good at predicting something that is what is good. And I know that it seems to be good. So here's the thing, when I get the stuff that I'm trying to say to you, um, and I know that you have to stand up for yourself, and you have to do your chores, and you have to use the force be with you, and then you release. So you have to have that. So here's the thing that I'm going to describe to you more. Um, I'm going to read, and I know that you might want to read too. If you have the Bible with you, you can. If you don't, well, just hold on tight, because this is how it's going to be. This is a new Bible, actually. It says Quest, the only question and answer study Bible study. Answer thousands of your questions about the Bible, and it is the Bible here. So this is a lot. I know that this is a good one too, but this is how it's gonna be, and and I know that this is going to good at the moment. So basically, that's what I'm going to do. Um, I know that this is a new way of knowing, so just give me one moment. Hmm. Just give me a moment. Let's see. Let's see. Hmm. I know there's a lot of information. Yeah. 9:23. Okay, so it's 9:23. And I know which one I'm going to read, so give me 1 second here. Proverbs 22. Okay, so yes, we're going to. I'm going to read you this because it must be. It needs to be good to read, because we don't. Because I'm trying to do it in two sections. Okay, one and then. So basically, it means that we have, um, like it says, better is a dry morsel with quiet. But it says here, it says chapter 17, better a dry crust with peace and quiet than a house full of feasting with strife. So I'm going to read you it, and then basically maybe almost a bit of the whole chapter, but it's gonna be a good reading. And then I'll read you the last part about um, from uh, then the last one of the 2028. So here we go. Better a dry crust with peace and quiet than a house full of feasting with strife. So let me just bring this down a bit. Here we go. Ready? Here. A prudent servant will rule over a disgraceful son, and will share the inheritance as one of the family. The crucible for silver, and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the heart. A wicked person listens to these deceitful lips, A liar pays attention to a destructive tongue. Whoever mocks the poor shows contempt for their maker. Whoever gloats over disaster will not go unpunished. Children's 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 are a crown to the aged, and parents are the pride of their children. Eloquent lips are unsuited to a godless fool. How much worse lying lips to a ruler. A bribe is seen as a charm by the one who gives it. They think success will come at every turn. Whoever would foster love covers over an offense, but whoever repeats the matter separates close friends. A rebuke impresses a discerning person more than 100 lashes a fool. Evildoers foster rebellion against God. The messenger of death will be sent against them. Better to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than a fool bent on folly. Evil will never leave the house of one who pays back evil for good. Starting a quarrel is like breaching a dam. So drop the matter before a dispute breaks out. Acquitting the guilty and condemning the innocent, the Lord detests them both. Why should fools have money in hand to buy wisdom when they are not able to understand it? A friend loves at all times. A brother is born for a time of adversity. One who has no sense shakes hands in pledge and puts up security for a neighbor. Whoever loves a quarrel loves sin. Whoever builds a high gate invites destruction. One whose heart is corrupted does not prosper. One whose tongue is pers- perverse falls into trouble. To have a fool for a child brings grief. There is no joy for the parent of godless fool. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. The wicked the wicked accept bribes in secret to pervert the course of justice. A discerning person keeps wisdom in view, but a fool's eyes wander to the ends of the earth. A foolish son brings grief to his father, and bitterness to the mother who bore him. If imposing a fine on the innocent is not good, surely to flog honest officials is not right. The one who has knowledge uses words with restraint, and whoever has understanding is even tempered. Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and discerning if they hold their tongues. So I know that I keep reading this, okay? And I know that it seems to be like when this is basically like the like what I just read, like it means that you have to understand of what God's saying to you. This is how it's gonna be, okay? Because it says in over here, the page 949. Can being happy actually make us more healthy? 1722, it says, Proverbs does not offer a total vision of life. That is not the book's purpose. In other words, a very happy person can drop dead of words. A happy person can, okay, drop dead of a heart attack. Here we go. And a miserable person can live a long time. The point is that our psychological state can have an effect on our health. So, it means that we are all in this together. This is how, like, a life purpose is. Like, there's there's this next verse here. How can we know who our friends are? 17:17. I'm going to read you this because it's not in, well, I think it's in the chapter, but this is how I'm going to say. Okay, it says, life provides tests of loyalty. A genuine friend loves us through the best and worst of times. In fact, a friend trues his colors are often revealed when we go through unusually difficult or painful circumstances. According to Proverbs, it's preferable to have one or two close, intimate companions than a host of superficial acquaintances. The person who maintains only surface relationships with a wide number of people may eventually face ruin for lack of good advice when it is really needed. 1824. True friends sometimes wound us. They are willing to tell us the hard truth, even when it hurts. We can trust their honest feedback, but an enemy only multiplies kisses. 27:6. Beware of someone who does not have the courage to confront you when you need it. Some people make poor friends, those who would entice us to join them in a crime are dangerous. 1:10:19. Drunkards and gluttons should be avoided. 23:20:21. Less dangerous, but not nonetheless nonetheless similarly unreliable, are those drawn to us because of our material possessions or wealth. When financial hardship strikes, they disappear. 1947. Gossips should also be shunned. Their habit of staring inappropriate and private matters inevitably separates close friends. 1628. So it means that I'm describing you what's going to happen. Okay, I know it doesn't seem to make any sense, but particularly this does make sense. It actually makes sense because you go from one place to another place. You're trying to make the best of it. I'm gonna try to give you a good example here. Just, just, just let me get into position. Okay. What I'm trying to describe you is that you have to take it as what it resonates to all of you. It has to, like, I know that it says like your friends, like what it says about friends. You have to like it says about separate us and everything else. Yes, yes, all these viruses and all of these, Omicron, whatever, what have you. Yes, it's scaring a lot of people, but you know what? This means that we don't need to be fear. We don't want to be fear or anything like that. We have to stay positive as much as we can. Yes, it's hard for people to not stay positive and think, oh, why I have to be this? Why I have to do that? Why I have to do? Because it's all your protection. That's what it has to be. Because, viruses are invisible. You can't see them. But you can visualize someone that has it, and then poof, you're like gone from one from here, and the affected one is over here. Okay, you have to space it. 2 meters is fine. Maybe you think it could be more than 2 meters. Maybe it could be 6 meters. Maybe it could be 10. Maybe it could be more. It's your choice. This is why that this seems to be reasonable for all my viewers. This is why that we have to use the force. That's why I have to. That's why I'm reading you the Bible to understand what's going to happen. Have medicine that will help you to be healed. Everything else, okay? Because you know what the pandemic is doing. It's basically it's basically making people scared. That's why this pandemic is very 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 different, because we have to understand that yes, we have a bad leader who is destroying the world. Yes, we have to embrace that Lord our Savior is going to help us. Yes, right. But you know what? This is how it's going to be. That's why I'm like providing service to, I don't know, to God, or providing service to my viewers. I'm helping you. You're the ones that are helping me to be successful of doing subscribers, making comments on my videos, or me making new videos, whatever it is. This is how it's gonna be describing to all of you. I know it seems to be that okay, well, why we have to why we have to acknowledge this, why we have to think of why spirituality is telling us about the Bible or something. Well, it's positivity. It's positive because when I'm describing it with the negative situation and all that, I'm trying to not get into the negative. I'm sticking to the positive. I'm knowing what's going to happen. That's why I'm giving you a good, simple, automatic way of knowing what's going to happen. Okay, that's why when I'm going to give you an example. What happens if you're fearing about traveling? Don't do it. If you don't want to do traveling, then wait. And if you want to wait and save your money and live better, whatever, then go ahead. That's what you have to do. You have to just wait. Wait and be patient. Don't be impatient saying, I can't do this, I'm gonna go. What happens if you're gonna be stuck in a different country, and then you gotta wait and wait and wait and wait for so long? Okay? It would be, you would have to isolate for a long time. But you know what? God gave us one soul, one body. God gave us the world. God gave us the only Son that is making the world a better place. That's why that this seems to be imaginable, a good word to say. Because I'm trying to describe to you what's going to happen. The fifth wave could be huge, humongous. Just imagine. Okay. So it's like we need to have a balance. You have to balance this and you have to balance this. If they both balance, then it's okay. If one's down, one's up, it's not balanced. But but this hand has to be balanced. Okay, these two. That's what the pandemic is trying to do. You have to balance it. You have to balance the good, you have to balance the bad. If you're doing a bad deed, you're trying to reverse it to make it a good deed. And you have to put the bad stuff away. You have to put the bad stuff away because you're procrastinating it. You have to let it be. And not only that, there's my own saying is that help be part of the solution. Everyone has to be a part of the solution to be better, to to help. That's what it has to do. Everyone has to help each other out. Everyone has to be together as one. You can understand that there is some kind imaginability going on. But you know what? It's okay. You got this. Everyone has to proceed with caution. And what I mean is that be seen like precaution, like have caution. Oh, it's hot. A drink, whatever it is, right? You have to understand that. You have to embrace what's going to happen. It's like killing two birds with one stone. There, that's a good saying. That's what you have to do. You have to just aim it just right, right? That's what you have to do. That's why everyone has to embrace what's going to happen. But you know what? All I'm going to say is about this reading and everything else. Just remember what I'm describing to you. It's going to be a lot of sadness. It's going to be a lot of painful. It's gonna be a lot of separation. You name it. Just remember that God's with us, and He'll be with us as long as we will take it. And we have to understand that everything has to fit as its place. Everything will take it for granted. And I know that this seems to be a long video, but you know what? Just remember that I'm doing the best as I can to help all my viewers to pay attention, to listen, to do what they can to be supportive of me. I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the best as I can. And I have to say it. It's all about the world. It's all about us. Because we have to do what we expected. And we have to face our own obstacles to get around its course. And that's what we're going to do. But like I say, slow and steady wins the race. That's what you have to do. You have to go slow. Don't keep fasting and then you're going to. No. Slow and steady wins the race. The world has to go slow and just keep it that way. And I know that everything will speed up. But you know what? Omicron virus will probably won't be in our way. But thank you very much. Bye for now.